Good morning. Good Friday morning to you. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. The time is 9:39. So if you are watching this perhaps a little later, just keep in mind there may be some new details, new updates, and you can always find the latest on brproud.com or on the free BR Proud app. In fact, I got the alert that we are now live, so be sure to download the free BR Proud app if you haven't. That way you can get alerts such as these if we have any updates to give you any updates in the near future. So let's get right into it. We are under an enhanced risk for severe weather starting Saturday morning through the afternoon. Not just that, the Storm Prediction Center has placed a hatched zone for a good portion of areas in the Deep South, including Baton Rouge and New Orleans. And this essentially means that there is a 10% chance for significant severe weather. And what that means is you could see damaging winds in excess of 70 to 75 miles per hour. You could see strong tornadoes, which means EF2s or stronger, and you could see very large hail. So if you see this floating around severe weather and you see the hatched areas, that is what that means. So let's start with the latest updates. We are under a wind advisory starting this evening through Saturday afternoon. Winds are going to pick up out ahead of the system, and we'll see frequent gusts over 30 miles per hour, potentially up to maybe even around 40 to 50 miles per hour. And this isn't talking or taking into account the thunderstorm wind gusts. And we'll show you the potential. This is I believe this is the RPM wind speeds, or wind gusts rather. In fact, let me grab a different model since this one. Here we go. Let's grab this one instead. That way it has numbers instead of just contours. Going forward into Friday evening, the timestamp is at the top, 7 p.m. and this is the NAM, the North American model, just showing wind gusts start to pick up this evening. Frequent gusts over 30 miles per hour, but keep in mind this is a model, not a forecast, and so not saying that this will be widespread, but this is going to be a possibility to where we'll see gusts over 40 or potentially even 50 miles per hour. As we head into tomorrow, once the storm system starts to clear out, winds will still be a little gusty, but the strongest winds will be overnight tonight and Saturday morning. So be sure to plan accordingly right now when you get home from work this evening to secure any loose items that you have outdoors. Maybe you still have your Christmas decorations out, or your Mardi Gras decorations, LSU decorations, whatever it is. Lawn furniture, be sure to secure those before you go to bed tonight or you go out to dinner. Not just that, we have a coastal flood advisory that kicks in at noon today. This includes Livingston Parish and areas surrounding the lake and near the Gulf of Mexico as well, and near the mouth of the river. As we can see, since we are going to see that onshore wind, a strong southerly wind, it's essentially pushing all of that water to one spot. So this is essentially a mini storm surge, if you will. 1 to 2 feet of inundation above high tide will be possible. So this is essentially the little coastal areas that are prone to flooding. So you can expect some minor flooding there. For rainfall totals, we're not anticipating any widespread flooding issues, but this is what we're expecting. The coastal flooding will definitely be possible. We've had a few strong storms move in fact, along I-55 just not too long ago. You can kind of see them flare up just north of Thibodaux into the east of Gonzales, moving through Livingston Parish, and then moving up I-55. They're producing gusty winds and heavy downpours as well. The rest of us are just basically seeing some showers as of right now. If you are planning your day, the best chance for rain will be along I-55 and south of the lake in areas eastward. Our rain chance is around 40%, but that will begin to change going forward. That green that you see again, that is the coastal flood advisory. So the big picture, this dynamic storm system, it is going to be a strong one. As it moves more eastward, area of low pressure begins to develop and just producing some nasty storms. The Storm Prediction Center has placed areas North Louisiana, that includes Shreveport, Monroe, under moderate risk for severe weather, which is a level 4 out of 5, which is pretty concerning because we don't see this very often, especially not in January. This is more of a spring-like setup when we have severe weather outbreaks. This is mainly for the threat for widespread damaging wind gusts, although strong tornadoes will be possible in the areas that you see highlighted in red, which extends all the way to Memphis, Tennessee, and then west Mississippi and the Mississippi Delta. And that starts basically from Tyler, Texas, or northeastern Texas, and into Arkansas and Oklahoma as well. Zooming a little closer to home, we are under a slight and marginal risk for severe weather overnight. Now this is valid until 6 a.m. So this essentially is just kind of painting the picture that we have the chance for some severe weather prior to sunrise. Once the sun comes up, the risk for severe weather is going to go up. So overnight, you do need to still have multiple ways to receive warnings, ones that will wake you up. The best bet is to have a NOAA weather radio. And if not that, you can always, there are weather radio apps that will alert you. I have one on my phone and it works instantaneously. You have to make sure alerts are up though. You can also download the free BR Proud app, as I mentioned, and you will get alerts there. You can go on brproud.com, and at the top of the website we'll list all of the current advisories, watches, or warnings that we have around the area. And you can also go on brproud.com and you can find the interactive radar, and you can track some of these storms as well. So this is mainly for overnight, so the pre-dawn hours before sunrise, and sunrise is a little after 7 o'clock, and then the entire area is under an enhanced risk for severe weather starting through the morning hours. And this is basically after sunrise. Once the sun goes up, the atmosphere is going to recharge itself, and all that heat, all that instability that is building right now, and we have very, very strong wind energy above us, or we will at least, and the storm system is essentially just going to take advantage of that. So we have a moderately unstable air mass right now that will begin to change, but we also have very strong wind shear, so wind energy, if you will. So this is why the Storm Prediction Center has us under an enhanced risk. And this is for Saturday morning through around lunchtime. I am starting to think this may be out of here prior to lunchtime. It's going to blow through here. It's going to move in and move out. Thankfully, not going to be a slow moving system, but we will have the risk for several tornadoes, and some of which could be on the strong side, which again is an EF2 or greater, and damaging winds on top of the windy conditions we're already going to see. What we're going to have to watch for very, very carefully will be for some cells to develop out ahead of the main line. So I'll run through the Futurecast and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Running through this afternoon, again, just scattered showers will be possible. Not expecting any organized severe weather this afternoon or this evening. As I mentioned, the threat is going to increase after midnight, but Futurecast not buying that until in the morning. It has the squall line crossing I-49 a little later than what we've been kind of thinking originally, but notice out ahead of that these little individual cells I was telling you about. I circled them right there on your screen. Those are going to be the ones that we will have to watch for some rotation. Those are usually the ones that can spawn tornadoes and strong tornadoes, those little individual guys. Heading into the 8 o'clock hour, but keep in mind the storm system is still developing, so you can, I mean, this could speed up, it could slow down, so give or take a few hours. Don't take this as gospel that at 8 o'clock this is where it's going to be. You could, again, shave off an hour or two or speed it up, fast forward an hour or two as well. So something to keep in mind. Again, pre-dawn hours to around lunchtime, you need to stay weather aware. This is around 8 o'clock. Notice we're seeing more of those individual cells starting to pop up out ahead of the line. That will definitely be something that we'll have to watch carefully. Then eventually, we still have a few more lines as it tracks more eastward, a little closer to I-55 by the mid-morning hours, and then eventually they merge into the squall line. The squall line, once that is passed and it's showing it's going to be a little closer to Slidell in the Mississippi Gulf Coast by lunchtime. Again, give or take an hour or two, but once that happens, our threat for severe weather will end. And in fact, by the afternoon, we'll run through it. We'll see some breaks in the clouds. By the afternoon, we could see some sunshine, and temperatures will be a little cooler in the 60s. We'll hit our high early in the day, and then Sunday's going to be lovely, but rain chances return starting Sunday night because this system will lift back to the north. We're not anticipating heavy rainfall leading to flooding. In fact, this is the RPM model, so our in-house model, just picking up on maybe an inch or two of rain. Again, this is going to be a quick moving system, so we won't really have to worry about anything too heavy or any major flooding issues. This essentially is going to be a damaging wind event potentially, and then the other threat would be tornadoes, again, some of which could be on the stronger side. So hail and flooding on the lower end of things, but we can't rule them out completely. But damaging winds will definitely be something that we have to watch very carefully for, as well as tornadoes. And keep in mind, straight line winds can, I say this all the time, and it's true, straight line winds can create or cause as much damage, if not more, than a weak tornado. So just because, say, there's a severe thunderstorm warning issued for your area for damaging winds, don't take that as, oh, anything lightly. You want to take action immediately. Put your severe weather safety plan in action and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, because if that shatters your windows, then it could definitely cause a lot of damage. If your fence can go down, windows can blow out, all of that. So you need to take it seriously and be sure to move into an interior room. Again, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Avoid windows and glass. And you need at least 2 ways to receive warnings. And if you live in a mobile home, or you know someone who lives in the mobile home, make sure that they have a place to go if any warnings are issued for them. The best advice I can give is just to find somewhere to maybe stay if you can, and definitely have somewhere that you can go should any warnings be issued. And as I mentioned, you want more than 1 or 2 ways to get warnings in case one fails. Say you're solely depending on your television, because we would be with you on NBC Local 33 or Fox 44 and on the live stream, but if you lose power, you'll lose one of those as well. So weather radio is a good thing to have, and you can count on us to keep you posted on air and online. So again, the timing still appears to be the pre-dawn hours through around lunchtime, give or take an hour or two, but that's why you want to take today with some of the rainy weather out there, just to kind of brush up on your severe weather safety plan should you need to use it. Not saying that everyone will see severe weather, but the threat is on the higher side of things, so we will take it seriously and keep you guys safe. Have a plan ready to go for you, your family, and don't forget about your pets as well. Have a plan for them. They're just as important as your family, of course, because they are your family. If you are going to New Orleans, I've had several people ask me about this as well. Yes, it's an hour drive, but this system will have a different timing for New Orleans. I'm thinking late morning, early afternoon, that's when they will have the threat for severe weather, but ahead of that it will be windy. And once this clears out, temperatures will kind of be a little on the cooler side of things. It depends on how quickly the cold front moves in, 60s, 70s, and then the afternoon will be fine. In fact, the evening will look lovely. Sunday, a little more cloud cover and only a slight chance for rain, but then Monday, rain chances will return because of that. The same system will begin to lift back northward from the Gulf of Mexico. So I'll show you this one more time, and then we'll kind of wrap things up. And you can always find the latest on our website, brproud.com. Keep in mind, overnight we have the risk for some strong storms that could potentially spawn damaging winds or a tornado, heavy rain as well, and they could become severe. The best chance for severe weather will be after sunrise on Saturday, lasting to around lunchtime. I'm thinking late morning through around lunchtime. That will be the best bet, but I still want you to be weather aware as you go to bed tonight and have ways to wake you up if any warnings are issued in the overnight hours. We'll be here overnight and through the morning hours to keep you posted. And if you have any questions, you can shoot us an email. My email is aruez@brproud.com. You can reach out to me on Facebook or Twitter, anything like that. And don't forget, you can find everything I said basically just in a shorter amount on our website, brproud.com. You can count on us to keep you posted, and we'll let you know if any changes occur. Again, this is an evolving system, so we could have some changes in intensity or even timing. So be sure to check back in with us in a few hours. Chief Meteorologist Jesse Gunkel will be here this afternoon. He'll give you all the latest as well on air and online. Hope you have a fantastic Friday and stay weather aware.